So I want to share with you an exercise called the five-finger breath. I've been teaching it to everybody I know. So it is an exercise that comes from Dr. Judson Brewer, and he is the director of the Brown University Center for Mindfulness. So up here in Massachusetts, we have the UMass Center for Mindfulness, where you may have heard of the MBSR, or Mindfulness-Based Stress Reduction Program. Well, Judson Brewer is a neuroscientist and is heading the program up down in Brown University. And he talks about this particular exercise, which I'm finding incredibly valuable. So oftentimes when we come to mindfulness, there's always that invitation to practice and to accept your experience, whether it's comfortable or uncomfortable. But what happens when your nervous system actually becomes hijacked? So maybe you're doing your daily practices and all of a sudden something happens and your mind and your nervous system kind of go into overdrive. For some people that might feel like a panic attack. For other people it might be kind of like the hamster on the mental wheel in the mind, just going and thinking and trying to figure things out. So what Judson Brewer is talking about in this exercise is once your nervous system and your brain are hijacked, it can be really difficult to remember to take a deep breath and relax your body. As a matter of fact, sometimes when you are full blown having anxious, hold on, let me mute everyone. If you're having a full blown, panic attack, or you're full blown into watching too much news, this exercise is actually incredibly helpful to slow down your response and to bring you back into the present moment. Now, Dr. Judson Brewer talks about the brain, the prefrontal cortex, the two parts of your brain that are right behind your forehead. When we become hijacked, the nervous system and the brain kind of take over and we go into fight, flight, or freeze. But you can think of this part of our brain kind of like the RAM memory on your computer. If you have a lot of windows open and a lot of applications running, your computer gets really slow and bogged down. There's actually what we're going to be doing to our brain is slowing down and bogging down our random access memory on purpose so that our nervous system resets. We do that by paying attention to a couple of things at once. So the practice is called five-finger breathing. I'm going to hold my hand up here like this to show you while we do the practice, but you can let your hand just be rested and gentle in your lap. So for demonstration purposes, I'll explain it to you once, and then we'll go through the practice for about 2 minutes together. So the way that Dr. Judd starts is he traces the outside of his hand, just like you used to draw the turkey, the Thanksgiving turkeys. We're just going to breathe and trace the outside of our fingers as we breathe. So I'll demonstrate. We'll breathe in through the nose. Breathe out, coming down the inside of your finger. Breathe up. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pretty easy, right? And then we get all the way outside to the thumb, and then we're just going to reverse it. And we're going to go back and forth. The instructions are to do that through the nose if that's available to you, but if you're stuffed up, you can do it through the mouth. And just let the breath be easy and natural, maybe even slow it down a little bit as you go. So what's happening here is not only are you paying attention to what you're doing, so you're looking at what you're doing, that's one part that's going to start slowing down your random access memory. You're also receiving the kinesthetic, that feeling of touch as you move, and you're also paying attention to your breath. So it's like having 3 windows open on your computer of your brain, and it starts to slow everything down. So let's go ahead and try that. I'll hold my hand up here just so you can see where I am, but you can come into a comfortable posture. Your hands can be rested gently on your lap. And we'll go ahead and we'll do this practice for about 2 minutes. As you breathe in, start to trace up the outside of your pinky finger. breathe out, coming down the inside. And you can go in your own pace. Just breathing in and breathing out as it's comfortable for you. You might want to slow down just a little bit, slow down the breath. And if you'd like to try it with your eyes closed, you can do that as well. You might notice the mind takes on an image of your hand. Good, and for about 30 more seconds. And when you reach the outside of either your thumb or pinky finger, you can relax both hands, let your eyes gently close for just a few moments. Just notice any rewards or benefits you may have gained from that short practice called 5-finger breathing. And when you're ready, you can allow your eyes to gently open. So anytime that you find that you're in the midst of worry or anxiety, or the mind is just kind of unable to close, slow down, do that 5-finger breathing exercise just for a few moments. You might notice even after 2 minutes, which is about what we did, that your nervous system begins to relax. Would you agree? Thumbs up. Was that pretty good? Yeah, pretty neat, right? All right.